Taylor Swift is one of the most debated about stars, mostly because of writing her songs about her exes. But her numbers on the charts are not debatable. The Forbes list ranked her the highest paid celebrity in the world, with a net worth of around $360 million. How does the Queen of Pop make her money and spend it? The main source of Taylor's income. Swift made history by becoming the first artist to have 5 best-selling albums in a calendar year: Fearless in 2009, 1989 in 2014, Reputation in 2017, Lover in 2019, and Folklore in 2020. Her first album, in 2006, named after her, called Taylor Swift, debuted at number 19 on the Billboard 200 chart on November 11, 2006, with first-week sales of 40,000 copies in the United States. 1989, Swift's first full-fledged pop album sold 1.287 million copies in its first week of release. Although she's known for her first-week sales, Swift makes a tremendous amount of her wealth from her tours. Swift's first, Fearless tour, grossed around $75 million. Her numbers kept on going up due to her devotees Swifties, her fans. And even though she removed her music from Spotify in 2014 due to unjust royalty payments, she still earned $61.7 million from touring, album sales, streaming, and publishing royalties in 2015, the year 1989 was released. Meanwhile, she wrote an open letter to Apple Music the same year, stating that she would not be streaming her then upcoming album 1989 on the platform due to licensing charges. Swift agreed to let Apple Music stream 1989 after the company changed its streaming royalty structure to be more fair to artists. And that wasn't her last fight for her rights as an artist, but we'll come to that again later. And in 2018, Taylor Swift broke the record by beating the Rolling Stones numbers. Before we say how, show us your support by liking the video and sharing it. Her Reputation tour became the highest-grossing U.S. stadium tour of all time, beating the Rolling Stones, who previously held the record with their A Bigger Bang tour, grossing $245 million over 70 gigs from 2005 to 2007. Swift broke their previous record by grossing $345 million in only 38 gigs. That works out to a $9 million per show average. Even in 2020, Swift earned $23.8 million according to Billboard, thanks to her albums Folklore and Evermore, as well as their associated memorabilia, making her one of the most highest-paid artists of the year. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Swift had to cancel her Loverfest tour, else she would have made even more money. She also sells merchandise through her website. She sold cardigans to promote her first hit, Cardigan, in a similar fashion to 2020 Folklore. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, keychains, pop sockets, and mugs were among her other Folklore goods, as were tangible copies of the record in the shape of vinyl, CDs, and cassette tapes. Swift has had endorsement deals, sponsorships, and partnerships with a host of brands, in addition to the aforementioned Stella McCartney and Capital One. These are some of them. Diet Coke, for which she was reportedly paid a stunning $26 million. Greetings from the United States, Comcast, and CoverGirl. But now let's talk about her feud with her manager. Back to her fight for her rights as an artist. The way Taylor sees things, she should have the right to own her music. That's why Swift had a public and still going feud with Scooter Braun over the masters of her first 7 Big Machine Records albums. Braun's masters were subsequently sold for $300 million. I was given an opportunity to sign back up to Big Machine Records and earn 1 album back at a time, 1 for every new one I turned in, she said about her decision to leave in a post on Tumblr. I walked away because I knew once I signed that contract, Scott Borchetta would sell the label, thereby selling me and my future. She owns her masters and is re-recording all her former albums as part of her current arrangement with Republic Records. This indicates that if she licenses the music she owns, she will make a far larger profit than if she licenses the music she doesn't own. Fearless, Taylor's version, was published in April 2021, and Red, Taylor's version, was released on November 12, 2021. Taylor remarked, "I'm very excited about it because I just think that artists deserve to own their work. I just feel very passionately about that. These master recordings were not for sale to me. Taylor has also stood by another artist with her battle against her record company, and that brings us to how Taylor Swift spends her money. Swift offered Kesha $250,000 in 2016 to help her with her lawsuit against Dr. Luke, her former producer and the former head of Kemosabe Records, over accusations ranging from emotional abuse to rape. The same year, Swift gave a large donation to the hospital that saved her godson's life, Jamie King's son, and as well, she pledged $1 million to Louisiana flood assistance and $100,000 to Tennessee wildfire aid. Swift gave $50,000 to New York City schools in 2015 from the revenues of her song Welcome to New York. Swift has even given a $1,989 check to one of her fans to help pay off her student loans. She also donated the revenues from her music video Wildest Dreams to the African Parks Conservation Group. And in 2019, she donated $113,000 to the Tennessee Equality Project, a pro-LGBTQ advocacy group. Following a severe tornado in Nashville in March 2020, Swift donated $1 million to the Middle Tennessee Emergency Response Fund. Swift contributed $13,000 to two moms who were profiled in the Washington Post in December 2020 because they were struggling financially due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Other than all of those generous donations, Swift has helped a number of her admirers with everything from college loans to medical bills throughout the years. She is known for communicating with fans online and even having secret listening parties at her houses. Thank you so much for last night and staying up till 5 a.m. to meet us all, one fan was quoted as saying, proof that her fans are strongly devoted to her. Taylor Swift's houses. Swift is reported to currently own 8 houses, with an $84 million real estate portfolio spanning 4 states. Some of them are a $17 million Rhode Island mansion, 3 NYC penthouses located in Tribeca, Manhattan's richest neighborhood. The first one cost $19.95 million. 2 Beverly Hills houses. She acquired one of them for $3.55 million and sold it for $4 million. She also has a $9.45 million mansion in London's affluent Primrose Hill district. And what's another touring pop star essential need? A private jet, of course. But get this, Swift has 2. They're valued at $40 million and $58 million each, according to Business Insider. And just like any normal pop star, she dresses up in fancy dresses. For example, at the 2019 American Music Awards, she donned a sleek, dark green sequin gown by Julian McDonald, whose gowns are rumored to cost more than $10,000. Swift accessorized her dress with a pair of $4,200 18-karat rings made by Ophira and a pair of $15,000 18-karat diamond hoop earrings. She also wore a pair of eye-catching thigh-high black stiletto boots, which are said to be worth $735. This puts the total cost of the ensemble to almost $49,135. Well, tell us your thoughts about the Queen of Pop's wealth, and we'd love to have you as a subscriber to our channel. So please hit subscribe and like the video. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.